Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. How are you guys doing today? Yes, Ada Biafra from Chicago is here for late night. Yes, for people who abandoned our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and were campaigning and jumping up and down, singing praises for the praises of Nigeria that chased all of us out, that have killed our mothers, raped our women, killed our innocent Biafrans. If your brother or your uncle or your father is among the people they killed during the Python dance, 1, 2, 3, crocodile smile, I don't think you will be singing the same praises you were singing concerning Nigeria. And for people who hated our leader, pretending that they love him, now we know, because you are now hating Simon. Guess what? You must like us. You don't have option. You have gallivanted up and down, and now look at it. They've shown you that Nigeria is not for you. And mind you, let me tell you the bitter truth. Our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is not a military man. Though he behaves more stronger than some military men who don't have balls. Don't expect Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, who is a military man, to behave the same. You all travel everywhere. See how your politicians travel all over the world. But your people in your own town cannot move around, cannot even go outside, cannot travel from one state to another. Without ESN today, everywhere will be deserted. People will be in IDP camp. Thank God we have ESN. If not, the whole Biafra land would have been deserted and IDP camp will be here and there. But because of our ESN gallant men, BLA, who is doing wonderfully well, people can still sleep today and close their eyes. Imagine Biafra land without Nnamdi Kanu, without ESN, without our prime minister, without Omada. What have you done to protect your people? You fly plane here and there. How many of your village people have entered plane for the first time in their lives? You are enjoying your comfort zone in Europe, Asia, America, but you don't want to bring part of it to your people. Tata kabubo. Tata kabubo, the door is still open. And I still insist that Idwakanono is crucial. Very, very. Because Abahuzo will embona Hechin. Idwakanono must continue. Because that's the reason why some of you are taking us for a ride. Sacrificing all your brothers and sisters because you know that you have the money from America. You book for people that will come and escort you. The Boko Haram in uniform. Any day you travel home and try to use escort or police officer that you are not using in Europe, in Asia, in America, that day will be the end of your life. Ise. Ndị obi ọjọọ. Ndị obi ọjọọ. They are killing your people. You are busy singing praises for this, with singing praises of
Who was telling that man who was asking him question, that Katula, he said that he has medicine. He said he have medicine. If Muike come, he go use medicine, kill Muike. That was what he was telling the man.
Okay, you watch it, eh?
Yeah, I watched it. I was telling him that if Muike come, he go use medicine, kill him. Say you're not afraid. You see, that is the. You see, no go area. Biafra land is no go area for them. You see, Fulani. That is why what our people need is ginger and Masina and the Kana Masa Monepa have done that. And our Oduduwa brothers, that ginger is enough. Our people in the middle belt, that ginger is enough. You know, if we can't continue, I was saying one woman, he said they continue killing you, continue shouting, calling on the people who. When I see some people calling you America, calling this thing, they don't see you. The Pope, the Pope not see. See, people know that Christians are being killed. Excuse me, and they keep quiet. But all this time, he said he want to join the BRICS to be observer. That's why I tell you, when the people kill Iran, the Muslims are killing Iran, and Miami, Pope will comment. Sometimes you look at it for me, the Catholic, maybe they join hand with Muslims just to wipe out the indigenous people. Maybe it seems to me like that. They are working hand in hand with the Muslim, because when they kill people in Iran and the other Muslim countries, Pope will talk. But the people who claim to be Christian, who are following the only to every year they will remit money. That's why I'm saying it, that any Biafran person that's still paying tithe to Anglican, paying tithe to Catholic, paying tithe to any of these Bible robbers, but the person is not supporting ESL, that person, even if nobody know him, God of Allah will not forgive you, that Biafran person. God of Allah will not forgive that person. You will be exposed by the cost of land. Every year they will remit money to those who don't care about you. The Queen of Evil, the late Queen of England, who was throwing food for our children as if they were animals, and who sanctioned the starvation of 5 million children and pregnant women. She was the head of the Anglican, and now the priest Charles, this new king now is the head of Anglican. He's the one who appoints bishop and archbishop. They are the people who want to take you to heaven. And these people were among those who plotted the kidnap of our leader, Mazinanakam. I heard when people see that this thing is directly against you, begin to pretend. We begin to afraid of it. Don't want to step on toe. Don't want to. I don't know what are you doing? If you're a parent and you see that this thing will be against your children in future, and you don't want to stand up, what kind of parents are you? What kind of parents are you? What do you want to see again to know that these people, they are against you? And every year, money will be remitted to England, to Anglican, money will be remitted to Vatican City, and the people who don't care about you. I think it's a high time. There's some time when you do something, trying to make people understand something. If they don't understand, there's time will come and do it by force for them, because it's like something cover their sensibility to reason. They use something to cover their reason and analytical abilities. So if you try to do it by talking, they don't want to comply. You do it by force. You know, when you see this money doubler, when sometimes in home data, when you see somebody who all this money doubler, 4199, local 419, where they catch the person, you see the person will run around looking for money. If you're telling him anything, he will not listen to you. If you're telling him to come down, he will not listen to you. If you want to stop the person, just put water in your hand and use it and put your palm in the soil. You get sand. Just target if I am and slap the person. Let the start come out. They fall. When they fall, before you get up, your eye will clear. Something like that. How to treat some of all these adamant people who don't want to know that all these people, they are the worst enemy for our people. Those who are killing you, who hide on that long robe, the name of clergymen, the name of a man of God, and killing you. Yes, you see every evidence beyond this doubt. Every evidence that they are not for you, they are there to deceive you. They are working with the politicians to help them to enslave you, because they are the one making you mentally weak. If you want to rise up, they will tell you no. This one with God tell him that he will fix it. Just like as Kumuyi said something 1970s, and also the paper come out. What he said 1970 something or 80s, The same thing is still saying today. Kumuyi killed my sister with the nonsensical doctrine. Somebody who married, my sister married a man a wealthy man who has a wife, but the man don't have a male child. He went at that time, he came to marry my sister. My sister said no. So that time my mother, they will begin to later come back again. Later, my sister accepted. My sister married the man. She bought first child, male child. And the boy, they have three kids for the man. I don't know who dragged my sister into deeper life. Oh, I don't know. They began to preach to her, say she married somebody's wife, husband. She have to do restitution. When this sister began to go restitutions, she began to her mood began to change. They began to conjure this kind of nonsensical doctrine to her. Suddenly, she moved out of the man's house. No quarrel, they have no issue. The first wife, no problem, nothing. The man come to her house to beg her to come back. No, she refused. And you know that time, my mother was alive. My mother died at the age of 86. No parents will see that to be happy. In as much, they have no problem with the husband. No problem in the family. But because of useless doctrine of restitution, because of that, my mother with my sister began to have some misunderstanding, and she entered into depression. She fell sick. After treating her, she come back again. Before rushed to the hospital again, she died. That three children, the people don't care about that three children. This person, not that she's a member of this family before marriage. No, she wasn't a member. She already married before become member. And they don't consider the three children. They don't consider the three children. They don't consider the three children. Now, those children now, we are the one, I'm taking care of them. Because, the children without their mother at that tender age, despite their father being wealthy, they still feeling the presence of their mother. That kind of useless doctrine. That was how they first make some women, some ladies, they grow old without marrying. Telling them that you don't have to do with useless rubbish. We cannot allow those things to continue in our land because they have killed our people so much. When you say it, they say you don't know. You don't talk against man of God. Which man? Who is the man of devil? I must say man of God. I'm a man of God. It depends on the gods you are man of. So my people, we must, when we see this thing, that this thing is against us. You see, sometimes you will ask yourself, why the people will not see you as why the West and the Western Europeans and Americans, Asia, they will not let your IQ low. Why wouldn't they do so? The things that you are accepting, that they will not, they are being surprised. Those of us who are in Europe, in America, how many have you seen any of them going to VG to do blah, 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 blah? Have you seen any of them praying for God to fix road or God to fix hospital, build hospital? When you want to protest, this criminal men of God will be watching you. They are working hand in hand with politicians. That is why you will see all of them committing crime, impregnating young underage girls. No police will go arrest them. No politician will talk because they're working together. They hide under charity, committing crime. Committing crime under charity. The other one, they arrested her last time. He will carry little children with their parents in name of taking care of them, giving them home, sleeping with the different underage girls. They call themselves what TV name or OPM or what they call him. This is how they destroying people. Hide on that. Maybe they driving their energy from those underage girls. That was what TB Joshua was doing when he was alive. And when people talk, you cannot see. You hide the truth. Hide the truth because of self-interest or what? My brother is a pastor. My own brother, God, like a father to me. His wife is a pastor. They have their church. He used to watch my videos. Yes. Well, at the time he said, you are right, but I was so happy when he said you are right. Yes, he said you are right, but I know that, but only but for you to say that I'm right, I know that I'm getting it, because we are people who we don't lord it over each other. It's not for person before his name is my like father to me, but we respect each other. He respects our opinions. That's who we are. When you know that this thing is truth, you don't need to look for somebody's face. What anybody want to say? Because for the interest of fair people, for general interest, you come out. I've heard two pastors saying once a time that Simon Mazda Nakano was right. That this guy what's his name? Isaac was right. I mean, so Isaac is right. Mazda Nakano is right. Simon Nakano is right. But they are just contemplating what people will say. Why can't you be thinking about what people will say? When you know that this thing is wrong, it will be against interest of your children unborn. Why can you be? If you love your people, you don't have to care what people will say. You don't need to care what individual will say, because what is important is the well-being of our children and unborn generations, and sustainability of our race and our ancestral land. That is most important. Individual opinion is immaterial, because this is general interest. When general interest is on the table, family interest or group interest or self-interest should be kept down, because general interest cover all interests. Just example of what we're doing is of general interest. So every interest must wait first. Thank you. I give my mic for anybody who wants to talk now.
Thank you, Mazi, for your submission. You see, when it comes to the issue of our gospel ministers, and you see, there are certain things we are not supposed to pray about. Me, as you see me, I'm a Christian and I'm also a preacher. But there is a lot of things that is going on. It is only when Biafra comes that some of these things will be put right. A lot of things is going on. You see, there are certain things we don't have to pray about. How can you be praying that about God will help us to get light, NEPA, if you are in the zoo? How are you praying for God to help you to fix the NEPA? How can God help you to give us fuel, which a lot of prayers being prayed in Africa is prayers that it's like insulting God. It's like telling him that the creative power he has bestowed upon us, we are just lying dormant, and we don't want to use it, and then we keep bothering him, and what he has no business to run. He can't come down to run our affairs for us, fixing our roads, fixing our this. You pray to God for all these things. You don't need to bother God. These are the things that men do, people do. Like I said, God made man, but man built America, man built France, man built UK. You see, Singapore, man built Singapore. Some of these countries don't even are not even religious. People like they have their way of their own. Japan, China, they have their own way of practicing their own religion or whatever. So it is when Biafra comes, these things will be properly put in place, because there's a lot of brainwashing and distorting money from gullible people, and because we are all Biafrans are very religious people, so a lot of people are using that advantage to brainwash our people. So some of these things is when Biafra come, which is going to be a sane society, a modern society where things work. And then this exploitation, religious exploitation, will be taken care of. So the other thing I want to mention before I yield Mike Omota is, you see, there is another issue that has to do with some of our people who believe that, because I keep emphasizing on that, the issue of like we are saying, we need more, we need finance, we need finance, we need finance, we need arms. You see, the guy that was saying that he wants to call for a meeting between Southeast and South in order to see how they can get out of Nigeria. And I was also looking at today, I saw the fallen angel, Uche Mefo, where he was talking about, due to the disappointment they had from the judiciary, he was now calling on, although he was restricting his call to the Igbo Biafrans, and they should come together and see how they can get out of, begin to talk about self-determination. When I look at him, I say, look at this fallen angel, you see. And they are saying they don't want it in the Nnamdi Kanu Square, and they don't want it in Mazi Samane. But one thing I want to let them know is, before when we started, I said I did a little bit of research and about our government in exile, and I said, from what I got from Wikipedia, we are now in a better position to run the affairs of Biafran territory. All these mushroom people, look at Uche before coming up, because he had been hoping on the same Nigeria that has failed all this while, and now he's been disappointed. So all this why he left hoping on political appointment or whatever. Now he's been disappointed. So I saw what they were writing today, Igbo Biafrans, whatever, calling them to, let's see how they can go talk about self-determination. I said, this is nonsense, you see. So when you look at which I read before we started, before most of us came in, I said the prime minister we have is a man that understands the roadmap, and the coming together to establish the different public government in Nigeria is a wonderful achievement, because if you go to Wikipedia and look at it, you discover that the government in Israel is a recognized entity. You see, from what I got, it says international law recognize that governments in Israel may undertake many types of actions in the conduct of their daily affairs, which means all the things our prime minister is doing is internationally recognized. They are not illegitimate. They are not illegal. These are things that are legitimately recognized that government in exile can do, can undertake. You see, so it says include becoming a party to a bilateral and international treaty. Wonderful. And if we were to still operate under the indigenous people of Biafra, we won't have this. Cannot apply to us. It cannot apply to us. It's only the Biafran Republic government in exile who now oversees the affairs of the indigenous people of Biafra. You see, this is what internationally is recognized that they can do, they can undertake. You see, they cannot become a party to a bilateral and international treaty. You see, so the amending and revising its own constitution maintaining military forces. So when you are looking at the Biafran Liberation Army, it's not an illegal military outfit. If you go to Wikipedia, it says a government in exile can maintain military forces. It's there. Anybody can go there and you see it. Can maintain military forces. You see? So when you're talking about you don't want to do it Mazin and the kind way, you don't want to do it Mazin Samane, which other way are you going to do it? To deal with the so-called Fulanis. And this is a internationally recognized things you can do as a government in exile. You see, maintaining military forces, retaining or newly obtaining diplomatic recognition from other states. You see, so and issuing identity cards, allowing the formation of new political parties, holding elections. You see, so we are now well positioned than ever to restore our nation. So we give kudos to every one of us, and particularly our supreme leader, the prime minister and his cabinet, for all their efforts and what they are doing. You see. So I don't know who else is there to.
Hello, you see, Mazi. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, we don't need to listen to that those non-entities, and I expect any Biafra to ignore that fool. Okay, we don't want to do it now. They are those who want to, they don't want to be led, but don't have what it takes to lead. You know, they want to stand on the in front, but don't have what it takes to move the train. So that the kind of people who those kind of people that's who they are. So we don't need to listen to them, and expect every genuine Biafran to ignore them. If they want to join us, they will come. We tell them where to stay. They have no mouth. So we don't need to even give them any platform trying to discuss them. Just like they expect criminals, we don't need to call them by name. They are non-entities. If they want to join, they should feel they come apologize and we tell them where to stay. Otherwise, they should go and hide their face. They are Anumpama. Who has
So somebody like Uche, will we even give him a place to stay? He's an arch fallen angel.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that is who they are. Or that the one who say they don't want to do, they want to start. That is how they're validating they are validating the divide and conquer. Huh? Somebody is claimed to be educated. You still maintaining South. South does it exist in geography? Write it together. Write South together. Write South together. It will mark red. Google will reject it.
Where is not?
It surprised me, and somebody who claimed to be educated, you still come and take chat. Nonsense. They are just one person. That is why I like this. If the Calvary referendum, only one vote. Just like what this pig in the Greek foolishly do himself. You don't know that the people, his own people are understanding the evil he has agreed not to do. All the whole those boys recruited, their body littered in the bush there, and they forget them there. That is how I forget them. Don't care about them. Anybody following that fool, where is his own children? All his investment is outside, his own children outside, because you know that one day we run away. We don't listen to that kind of non-entities. Others will say, our prime minister is where is he, and is in charge. All the politicians in Nigeria put together. put together. Let them, okay, let me say, all the politicians in the East, in Biafra land put together. Let them give order. Let our promise and give order. They are illegitimate. They don't have any say again. They control the territory, control everything. And if they know, those of them who are working with them, if they know what is good for them, they will just detach themselves from them gradually. If they fail to do so, we'll treat them like enemies. As we are giving the commissioners, if they fail to do what no need, their time is already up. Edo Akalono have started and is going smoothly. Edo Akalono, anybody where this story go collect the communion, and I can't wait to see some of them like this. Some of them become homeless. I can't wait. There's one in my place. I'm waiting for his turn. So that I will hear the news. I'm waiting for his turn. Useless criminals, self-centered. You know, that's why people begin to you begin to hate those who sit upon your weight. Their children, whatever their children are entitled to, they have the same right. Imagine if I'm your back, he's not showcasing his own children happy. He's happy, and they want to use his self-interest to work against it. He went to kidnap Maznanakam, and he don't care about what he's feeling. He's not with his own children and happy. You see the kind of people, how wicked they are. That is why dealing with them, we are going to deal with them decisively. We won't forgive them. You see your own children are happy. And they don't consider that man you kidnapped that is there. He have his own children. He have his own children. Even though wife, that is his so-called ex-wife is part of the evil people. The children, the man is missing his own children, and he go to where that version is jamming. He sees his own children, he's showcasing them, and he's happy. I think that the gods of the land will forgive them. No, they will all suffer. They will suffer. Their action will harm their children. They should know it. If you are hearing my voice anywhere you are, your father is doing evil, you are a wife, your husband is doing evil, you keep quiet. When the evil of your husband will come after him, he will also after you. Just like a Jofa wife and the Jofa is wife. Both of them we get it water. Because if you want to, if you love yourself, you know that thing your husband is doing will haunt your children. You expose your husband. That's the only way you can be free. And if your father is doing something, you're an adult, your father is doing something bad, you know that things against, you're affecting people's life. You expose your father, that is the only way you can be saved. Otherwise, the action of your father will haunt you. That is it. Because I was blaming China before when they want to treat their saboteurs, their treacherous people. They will treat them even with their children, all their blood, everything will be wiped out. I was blaming them. Now I know why they're doing it. I know why they're doing it. Because if you fail to cut everything off, that little one you leave will also grow. It become a problem to thousands of good people. So that is why it's better you cut all everything off. Evil people. Imagine all this. Imagine how reports came out that Omahe and the whole press of the Indra, they connive with this late Buhari imposter. The Buhari imposter, and the Bubago killing our people. Yet the news come out, you don't see all of them who was accusing our prime minister. You don't see all of them come out to speak. They keep mute. They keep mute. That means deliberately accusing our prime minister. They know the truth. Because if they don't know, if they were doing anything rightly, now they see the truth. They're supposed to come out to apologize and also to awaken the consciousness of others who were believing them before. But they keep mute. That is to say, they deliberately accusing our prime minister, and they think we'll forgive them. No, they can't. Even if it's my own brother, because what we are doing is more than family interest, it's more than group interest, it's more than self-interest. I said it before. If you are believing somebody because of what you are getting from the person, when the person is doing bad, and our youth, they are fond of this. because somebody promised you iPhone, I promise you to give you some certain help. The person will be doing something that you know is not good. You will supporting the person because of what you want to get from the person. That thing will always backfire. Yes. If you are promising to give you something, money, material something or money, and you see me do something bad against another person, don't support me. The only the highest thing you can do to that person, if he's somebody that you're senior, you call the person by the side, uncle, daddy, brother, this thing you are doing is not good. This person is right. You are wrong. But don't go out because of what you want to benefit from me. Support me while I'm doing something evil. Sometimes come and we catch you, caught up with you immediately. That thing you want to benefit from that person, you will not get it. The person will dump you because you don't know whether the person is trying you. And when you see the person doing evil, because of what you want to get from the person, you keep supporting the person. He may realize that if this person is supporting me, indeed that means if you see another person who give him harder what I promised him, you will also betray me. So whenever you see evil, call evil evil. Even if the person is feeding you, even the person is housing you, I'm telling you, the respect you will give the person, call the person by side. Tell him, uncle, daddy, brother, this thing is this person you are doing this is not good. This person is not good. Yes, if he may not agree with you that moment, but when you go back and reason about it, he will love you the more. Yes, because you are the one who created him from doing that evil. But when you support him because of what you want to gain, a time will come, God will open his eyes to think that you are supporting him because of what you want to gain. And he will disappoint you, and you'll be the loser. And that thing we support will come against you. So always stand on what is right. Whenever I'm talking, I still remember my parents. Yes, they were. In fact, I love them. I love how what they concocted in us. We don't support evil. I don't care whether it's my brother. That's why I said my brother is a pastor. My wife is a pastor. They have their church, and I respect him so much. But I can never follow because of him and say he's a pastor. Man, see evil being committed by these people. Keep quiet. No. We're not like that. That is why I'm telling you, as long as your hands is clean in what we're doing, nobody will harm you. Unless you're doing it pretending, you are pretending. If you are sincere, the way our leader is sincere, our prime minister, nobody will harm you. Yes, I'm not doing it for my interest. I'm doing it for interest, for general interest, for our children and born generation. Yes, some of us, many have died. Many people have died because of this. You want to come and betray them, their death will be in vain. Why? One comrade told me that one of our comrades who was shot by the terrorists in uniform, before he gave up the ghost, he said, leave nothing, stop at nothing, make sure you restore Biafra. That was the solid request. I wasn't there, but immediately I heard that, I said that I'm obligated. I'm under obligation to make sure that request is fulfilled. Some of them who have died in this cause, we that are alive, we're under obligation to make sure that we restore Biafra for them to have justice. Because the fighting for Biafra led to their death. And the only thing we can do to them, the only justice for them is to make sure that thing they were fighting for is accomplished. That's the only justice for them. And you will see that he will think money. Okay, those of you who take money to betray our leader, how far that money is not finishing now? Is the money not finishing? And what for you? Is money not finishing? But let me tell you something. The cost already upon your head. Unless you come out to confess. Unless you come out to confess and confess and apologize. And our leader will promise you forgiving. That's the only way it can be said. Otherwise, the cost that follow you and generation. Yes. No, even if you go and ask now, go and ask. Cost is on you. Cost that no man will deliver you. No pastor, no native doctor will tell you. Are you my mind for now? I'll be back.
Yeah, thank you so much. You see, those who are at the point of death and they requested that we should do all we can to get Biafra. Such requests that is made at the point of death, we don't toy with it. We are under obligation to make sure that Biafra is restored. And not just one, not just two. I know one more, two, three, four, who at the point of death, they requested, make sure you get me Biafra. And that's the only thing that can put their spirit at rest. You see? So, we the living, who are alive today, we are under obligation to make sure that Biafra is restored. Because that's the only way we can appease them. And you see, the Idua Canon, which you just brought in, it has taken the liberation to another level, and it has brought some calmness, because the usual violent verbal insult on our prime minister has abated. You see, because these commissioners they are now in a state of fear. They don't have rest of mind. They are now scared to their marrow. You see, so it is another level, and it is just too good at the level we are now, because these internal enemies, they are more dangerous than the external enemies. Like we have said, Fulanis have never fought any war. They always fight by proxy. And this is these internal enemies. And the level we are now of this Idua is something that gladdens the heart of every one of us, because it's yielding fruit already. You see, they are all scared, and they have now getting sober, because they know that any moment from now it will get to them. And from yesterday, when he was making the broadcast, he said, when it gets to you, just keep quiet. If you talk too much, you get a second round of it. So it's another level to the liberation struggle, and it's yielding tremendous results. You see, it has brought some sanity, a little bit of sanity, among those who thought they were somebody and they could exercise some powers and then invite the military to come around and kill our men and boys, young people, and so on. So then the other thing is that, can you imagine that in all the charges they brought against our leader, they never brought the charge of a dead Buhari? You see? So that shows you that in a country of over 200 million people, and you were being governed by a dead Buhari, an impostor, and everybody kept quiet, everybody kept mute, and that shows you another sign that the zoo is irredeemable, because when over 200 million people have been caged, have been reduced to non-entities, who have no longer have voice, who cannot even question their government. There is a man is saying that the person governing you is an impostor, and he says, if you can prove me wrong, I will drop the agitation. And that's what you've all been clamoring for, that he should drop the agitation. He should drop the agitation. And he has not given you an option. And now you are preparing charges against him. And you never added that particular one. That shows you how irredeemable this zoo is. And then for all the 8 years, or 7 years, or 6 years thereabout, after the demise of the Buhari, the man just had his way, and then was on the help of affairs of the zoo until he left. And they just kept that secret within themselves. They never charged him for that. That would have been a good way to say a defamation of character or whatever charges they want to bring upon him is against him. And they left that charge. And that shows you how irredeemable. That's a country of deception, a country where truth is an island it's an island. It's a country of deception completely. You see. So then you look at the Tinubu presidency. You see, it's going to bring disgrace to his tribe, because the kind of situation the country is going to pass through under his regime, if ever is going to continue, the kind of terrible situation is under him is going to be a kind of bring disrepute and disgrace to a tribe that says they are one of the most educated and one of the most learned tribe, you see. So everything is just haywire in the Nigerian system. So the zoo, anyone that is still clinging, holding on to the zoo, thinking that it can be savage, I think the person is wallowing in self-delusion. So it is unthinkable. And for us, we thank God we have made up our mind and we've taken our destiny in our hands, and we are on our way to freedom. And so that is it. That is it.
That of dead Buhari, that is reason why they wanted, because of that reason why they kidnap our leader, and also to shut his mouth. And all the governors, they are aware of that. Tinubu is aware. That is why they promised him presidency. That is why he was speaking, because Tinubu have a lot to expose. Osibanjo is aware. Adeboye is aware. That is why when I see these people, I begin to get angry seeing them. What he lied to all his followers. Why did they? Because of self-interest. That is why when people see all these things and you're still deceiving yourself, that means all those things will backfire at last. They're all away. They're all away. Our leader gave every evidence. There's a place that that imposter went to summit in I think it was US summit. The security man was just looking at him. He saw that mask. You know, that mask will go through to the chest, and that's safari he wear.
I saw that. I saw it.
That safari not it was really. I don't know. And now the man already. You know, there's one thing I'm suspecting. There's one guy that used to mimic Buhari, that used to do comedy. Where for long I've not seen that guy again. They call Tabaye. That used to mimic Buhari, that comedian. For a long time, I'm not seeing that guy again. For a long time. Do you know the guy I'm talking about?
Yes, I know the comedian. Yeah.
For a very long time, I'm not seeing the guy again. Who is that? So I don't know. I'm listening.
Well, one thing is certain, that Buhari was dead and buried in Saudi Arabia. That was very, very clear. So, but what baffles me is how a nation of over 200 people will not do anything about that when there is an allegation of such magnitude, and the person that is alleging is saying, if you prove me wrong, I will drop the agitation. And this is the agitation you are trying to see how whatever you can do to stop it, and he puts that it's a bet. So which means he is right. It's right.
Absolutely. And our leader want to do the highest exposition before they kidnap him. He want to do the exposition that we even a lame man, even the blind, because we want to bring the place. We want to expose where they remove his kidney, because they remove one of his kidney before he final die. I'm saying I either want to expose everything before they kidnap him. They are aware, all of them are aware. These people, they say because the Igbo presidency will be Igbo presidency. That is because of Igbo presidency, they prescribe their own youth. Because of Igbo presidency, they kidnap our leader. Many things because of that. Because of Igbo presidency. So, and after much, all those things, that Igbo presidency, where is the presidency? Then this, because of the promise to Tinubu, because of that, he keep quiet. Allow that the fraud of the century to go scot-free. That is what he would have tear the country apart very easily, and people will everybody go his own way. Because the reason why they don't bring it out, because they know if they bring it out, they won't defend it, because the forensic test, the PAM, the Buhari PAM, because that was why they changed that and they said that cockroach infested the Buhari office. They were changing the key then, that key. So everything, and even the Aisha gave.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Pardon?
Go on. I say you are right. Yeah, I remember.
But when she see that the people who own the land don't want to rise up, she accepted money. Now she go and they buy house for her in Dubai. They begin to live large. Her son, everybody, all of them become billionaire. She gave the word that's supposed to trigger everybody up. So they shut her mouth with money. Everybody, So the people who want to, because of their self-interest, they allow that thing to happen. Now, anybody who bring it up is medicine after death. Medicine after death, because they have succeeded in that kind of fraud, and Britain supported it, US supported it, all of them supported it. But I don't blame them. It is you who's supposed to rise up, you that own the land.
Yeah, thank you so much for keeping on, and your contributions have enriched us. So we'll be winding down now, and we thank everyone that have come on the space, gallant Biafrans, brothers and sisters. Say may Elohim bless every one of us, because we are almost there. We are at the gate of our promised land. So thank God for what is going on, for our Prime Minister, for our leader, who is also very soon will regain his freedom. Thank God for the Biafran Liberation Army, the ASN, and all the armed groups that are genuinely fighting for this cause. We also want to thank our government, Biafran Republic government in exile, the cabinet, our able Minister of Defense, and all the cabinet members, and the Engine House, which is the media team, for the excellent work they are doing. It's creating awareness and speaking loud on daily basis. So salute to everyone. So have a very wonderful day or night or evening, wherever you are. Elohim bless every one of us. In Jesus' name. Say.